Hey everybody, I wanted to give you a quick demo of how we're doing dynamic, one of the mechanisms we have for dynamic loot creation on spawned creatures. So, when you spawn a creature, it's going to have 100 gold in its backpack, a radish, a couple things, whatever. And what we want to do here is we want to add custom loot to the mobile, and we already have mechanisms to we can specify a loot pack, which is a pack that's on the internal map somewhere or stashed somewhere out of sight, and we pull items from that and drop that on the mobile. But that mechanism has limitations because the items in the pack, in the container, they don't have any parameters, right? They've already been created. It's a lantern, it's a specially hued lantern or something like that. What we want to do now is we want to have a loot string which allows us to specify parameters to pass to the thing we want to create. And in this particular example, it's important because we're going to be creating treasure maps, dynamically created treasure maps, which I covered in a previous video. And these take a number of parameters which keep it dynamic, keep the locations changing, keep the loot changing, all of these things. Okay, so we're going to pass a loot string. Now, this is the spawner here, right? So I've got an escort here spawning on this spawner, and on this spawner I'm going to specify the loot string, and we'll look at that. The other thing that I allow you to do here is specify loot string props. So basically, after this thing is created, you can specify a bunch of semicolon delimited properties. So here I'm saying set the hue to 33, well, let's pull up the text file so we can see just what it is. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is the item we're creating is a treasure map. It's a level 1. It's in Trammel. It uses our Dagger Island database of locations. And then there's the container that contains the rare which will go in that treasure chest. And as I mentioned, this is all covered in a previous video, so I won't spend time on that. What we're doing here is just saying how to stick this thing on a mobile dynamically, right? The other thing that we allow you to do here is specify the props which will be applied to this thing after creation. So after I create the treasure map, I'm going to set the hue to 33. I'm going to have a custom completed message. We support a macro here for the decoder. So we'll say the completed message is good job, Adamant. If you decode the map, here's the decoded message. So this will be, okay, Adamant, get a shovel and go dig it up. Okay? And then if you click on it and it's not decoded yet, it's just going to say a mysterious map. Okay, so these are just examples. You can make the map, single click messages as interesting or uninteresting as you want. There are three states. There's the completed state, the decoded state, and then it's just a map hasn't been decoded or completed yet. All right, so let's give it a try. We're going to kill this mobile, and then what we're going to expect to see is a red map, hue 33, and then we're going to have custom messages when we click on it. All right, so let's try that. Sorry, Maxwell. Okay, so there's our map. We have a nice red map, and it's not completed or decoded, so it just gives us our new label, which is a mysterious map. Okay, so let's take that. Let's, yeah, now I'm not sure which one of these it was. Okay, well, they're apparently equivalent at this point. So let's go ahead and decode this one here. All right. So we have, we've decoded it. So now we should see the next of our custom messages for a decoded map. Okay, Adamant, get a shovel and dig it up. So remember, we have a macro in there, which is, you know, curly braces around the decoder. So that's how we got my name in there. And that macro is supported in both completed and decoded. So that's our custom message there. Okay, so now we're just going to cheat. We're not going to actually dig it up. We're just going to set it to be completed so we can see the other message. We do that here, completed, true. Okay, so now we should see, good job, Adamant. Again, we expand a macro there to get the name. So that's it. So what we were able to do here is to specify dynamic loot in the spawner. That's important because it'll apply to everything that is spawned. Specify dynamic loot in the spawner, complete with, you know, any number of parameters you need to describe that thing. And then additionally, you have as many properties as you need to apply transformations on that object. Hue, messaging, amounts, whatever writable properties you want to modify. All right, so that's really it. Pretty simple. Gives you a lot of flexibility for quests. You can have, you know, our escorts already have customizable text, so they can have a dialogue with you, which is different than the standard escort. And now you can give them special loot, and you can really make them a quest participant, well beyond what you could just do with an escort. All right, so that's it. Have a good rest of your day. See you next time.